Hi, I'm Sean Phillips and I'm going to demonstrate two vanity units using the OVVO connection system. We have a European style vanity unit and we have a face frame style vanity unit. Okay, so we're now going to assemble the face frame vanity unit. So you lay out all your pieces on the ground on a flat surface and we're going to follow the numbers 1 right through to 12. And just one point, because this is a prototype, we've used only releasable connectors here. But there is places where you would use permanent. And you'll see here on our kicker we've used a spring dowel which is used as a locator, so you can't put it in the wrong way, but it also locks it all together. So at this stage we now stand the cabinet up. And we're still following the sequence of numbers. And on this back part I've also spring dowels that locks it in place. And then when you're putting the stretchers on, you need to spring it out to get the connectors past. And then slide into place and it locks. So that's one side in, then spring it out, and then when you slide it down, that locks it all together. And now, the face frame, for the end users, sort of satisfaction, you'd have your drawer front and your doors already pre-mounted. It just saves the end user that piece of work. You just need to mount on your face frame. So it's just snap and drop down. I'll now put the drawers together. I'll show you how they're done. I'll put them together on the bench. Okay, so we're now going to assemble the drawer boxes. So we have each of the drawer boxes. So one drawer box is 1 to 3, the next one is 4, 5 and 6. So lining up the numbers and sliding them together. And again, because this is a prototype, we're using all releasable here. But for a drawer box, I would recommend permanent. So you'll see the back drops in. So these numbers line up with the numbers on the bottom. And we have a number here that will go onto the front. Second drawer box. just sliding that down till that's full. So you'll also notice on the drawer boxes there's B for bottom and T for top. I'm now going to put them into the cabinet and you'll see how they go on. So that B will match up with a B on the face frame. So this is the standard Blum tandem runner. So if you extend the runners out and slide it in till you hear a click. So you're locking the runners into the little levers in the front. So that's your face frame vanity unit put together. I want to point out a couple of things on this prototype. We built the two prototypes, the European style and the face frame, identical, the only difference being the frame. But so you could tell the difference on what panel goes with what unit. The only difference, there's a dot with each number. So the European style cabinet has no dot with each number, the face frame style cabinet has. Again, we built this panel up too high. If you were doing that again, I would keep that down lower so the bowl of the sink wouldn't hit that. Okay, so the key to the OVVO connection system is actually, it all lies in the housing. Inside the housing, it has inbuilt tolerance up to 0.5 millimeter on each housing. So that removes any tolerances in the board and even in the machining process. So when you put the housing into the material, it will actually hoover up those tolerances. And how the housing goes in, first of all, you simply, using the OVVO cutter, you simply plunge, travel and out. You don't need to use ramp pockets or anything like that. So it's a very simple milling operation. And when you have the milling done, you simply push in the housing and it snaps into place. It creates like a dovetail effect inside the material. So when it's in there and the connector goes in, it physically can't come out. The material around it will break before the connector. Another point, in all the samples I showed in the prototype, we're using releasable connectors, but the releasable connector as well as the permanent connector is designed to slide or snap in. So where I showed you in the prototyping, it was all sliding. Now we have inbuilt into the housing a ramp pocket which gives a wedge effect, but you don't always need that. You can simply push the connector together and it bites, or you can slide and it'll also bite. So that's some information, just what's happening when you use the OVVO system.